Greetings, YouTube. Kickrock, Stephen Burris, Legacy, Harvey, Earth25. Can you all hear me? Can you see me? Jason, it's rare I do this during the NFL draft, so you might have to let me know how those picks are going. What up, Nate? So during this broadcast, if Mama Bear is around, we will attempt to discuss what we hope happens tomorrow with the new version of spring cleaning. Mr. Apex, it's been a very long time, but it's good to see you. How you been? And Slane's here. Earth25, thank you for that. If you can send that immediately, along with, well, both the store offers, if you could click on each one, and then also anything else that might be relevant to Paragon, I'll immediately do a video on that too and shout you out. 1, 2, hello. Alright, Earth25, let's plan on that. Joel, I love Freddy's. Did you have Freddy's tonight? Freddy's is really good, boss. Be Crafty! What is up, Be Crafty? Well, 1, 2, are there leaks that I can see this from? The Kraken! Great to see you. Happy NFL Draft Day in Detroit. Sort of close to your stomping grounds, right? Bark the Chicken. Oh, I sent them to you on the online app. Online? Online? On the Line app? Well, Steven, I might be taking Red Skull up just to make you happy. Earth25 says the leak for the 7-star Corvus was true! The leaks aren't always right, but they happen to be right a lot. Let's check out this. R25, I will check. Sounds like I've got a lot of messages to catch up on. Well, Steven, hey man, this is just for you. I'm trying. It takes a lot. I've never just ranked up a champion just for somebody who supports the channel. Even Kamala Khan, shout out Godfather, is only at, I think, rank 3, maybe? Mama, pretty good Bears pick. Zachary Savoy, long time no talk. Just kidding, we texted like 5 minutes ago. And Santi's here. Look at all the legends in the chat tonight, even on an NFL draft night. Mama, do you want to Skype in to talk about the messages? Zach, we missed you. How's Pizza King? Ben, draft night is huge. Yeah, huge deal. Huge deal. Alright, Mama, I'll give you 2. No worries. Well, Legacy, there are some guys who don't care about sports, but I think they're the minority. But, you know, they might be out there. I don't know. But Legacy, you might want to at least be able to tolerate sports. You don't have to like them, but maybe tolerate them is a good goal.
Hello?
Mama, your Bears apparently had no chance to get that receiver, but nobody else took him before you, and you didn't have to trade.
I'm happy with the number 9 pick. I'm not real happy with the first pick, but we all knew it was coming.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's no surprise. It would have been shocker if it didn't happen. But at least he was throwing to the number 9 pick in practice the last couple of weeks, so they've already built a relationship. Like, that should be good news for you.
Yeah, I mean, I know my kids were so excited with him.
Kickrock says he's a pretty good quarterback. You should be kind of happy.
No, I'm not talking about Caleb. I'm not happy with Caleb.
Is there anything that he can do on the field to win you over?
Perform.
Okay. So what if he goes, like, playoffs? Because Fields didn't do that.
I would be happy. My big thing is he doesn't seem like a team player. He seems very self-centered and very cocky, and I don't like that.
Well, maybe the NFL will humble you quickly, but maybe he needs to be in Chicago because the Chicago media will also humble him.
Well, and the Chicago fans, they will boo you off the field if they don't like you.
Oh, Chicago is like a poor man's version of Philadelphia.
What?
Well, those fans are notorious for throwing snowballs and...
Oh, well, yeah, they're ruthless.
Yeah, they're ruthless. They're the most ruthless fans. It's like Philadelphia, New York, Chicago.
Yeah.
It's also why a bunch of people love to come to Oklahoma City, because we're just happy that we haven't been blown away by a tornado yet.
Who did you guys pick?
We got the second best offensive tackle because the guy we were supposed to pick went ahead of us, Alt. But he's from Alabama, and apparently he's arguably better than the guy who went first. So, I mean, it was an offensive line. It's kind of like the Jets. It's not a sexy pick, but it's interesting.
Gotcha.
Jed says, Chicago's my kind of town. At least Sinatra says so. That's right.
It used to be a really great town. I don't know about so much anymore.
And Slade, that's right. You're an Alabama guy. What would you tell me about this lineman? Should I get that excited for my Titans?
John 4, I agree with you.
All right. So what have you been...
I gotta say, some of these outfits on these people are crazy.
Well, I think for social media, it's about standing out. And you can stand out a whole bunch of ways, including...
Maybe I'm just behind the times on the fashion.
I think
for men, especially.
Yeah, I think all women in a certain...
I don't get the tight, short pants, and I don't get it.
Joel, Bamboy and Haddon, sometimes they make it, sometimes they don't. It's a good question. Okay, let's check out these messages, shall we? Man, it looks like a lot of people got screwed over by certain people. Okay. So, let's see. Wow. All right. Let's get into this. All right, we're going to block the screen. If anything changes, we'll update the info. But we have not discussed this yet. Jason, keep me updated. Greetings, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. Mama, have you heard about Omega Days?
I believe so.
Well, you might be informing me, because this is the first time I've gotten a chance to talk about this. This is Omega Red, and I believe that is another favorite of ours, Omega Sentinel. And
Omega Cheeks?
yes, Omega Cheeks. We haven't said that name in a long time. And when Omega Days arrive, May 8th to May 15th, it's interesting to say that it says, with it comes new 7-star champions, mini crystals for you to collect and open, along with solo events for Uncollected Plus that will grant additional rewards for every Omega crystal you open. So, Omega Days, to me, like, they know that there are a lot of people out there like me who are starting to already save up for July 4th unit sales. And so this is also kind of a clever way to drain people's units. And I think that's very fascinating.
Like, you really need to save units for any kind of sale, Mr. 500,000 units.
Well, but I still have to think of the person who saved like 10,000 units, right?
Well, no, I understand, but you don't have that problem.
No, but it doesn't mean I'm just going to blow units to make Kabam happy. All right, 7-star versions of these champions. 7-star versions of Omega Sentinel, Omega Red, Mole Man, Quicksilver, Longshot, and Corvus. Also, the Dean of the channel with a $5 hello. Dean, it's 3:13 a.m. Are you staying up to watch the NFL draft? Also, thank you, Dean.
Hello, Blackbeard. Dean!
So here's what I have to say about this. The 7-star champion pool is a combination of good defenders, even unawakened, like Omega Sentinel and Mole Man. Mole Man's a decent defender, not a Tuma levels of annoyance when you don't have the right combo, but still good. Mole Man also doesn't need to be awakened to be good. But Quicksilver is largely seen, I think, as a defender, but I haven't fought a 6-star Quicksilver this season in Battlegrounds. Longshot is very good, but not as good in terms of the overall tier of his class as he used to. And then 7-star Corvus, like, I'm going to be honest, I'll take 7-star Corvus, but is 7-star Corvus worth all of the spending? No. No, he's not. Now, 1-2 said that the calculation for this, and I'm going to have to double check this math, but maybe somebody can talk about it, says someone said it would take 44,000 units or 1,300 United States dollars for all the points in this event.
I am with Kick Rocks on this. I would definitely take a 7-star Corvus.
I mean, I would take him, but not for 44,000 units. I think that part of it's crazy. And how many people have 44,000 units? I mean, this is a spring cleaning holiday, then a spend all your units event, and then in a couple months, now buy a bunch of units again so that you buy July 4th week offers. Like, that's a lot. I can see 5,000 units. I'd say that's like...
It's 36 or 36.9 thousand units. There's a little bit of a discrepancy.
Okay, so only about 37,000 units. You know how wild it is to say that sentence out loud? Like, can we just stop and reflect on that? It's like everything in this game is getting more expensive, and I have no doubt that inflation has hit Kabam. It's hit everybody. But if you're passing that price tag on to the consumer, you might be turning off your consumer, because it used to be every 6 months you'd whale out. And so it's almost like you'd get this anticipation and you build it up. And now they want people to whale out, it feels like almost daily. Crystals can be purchased for units or in select offers. Cavalier Omega Crystals are 150 units. Paragon and Valiant Omega Crystals are the standard 300 units. Earn points by opening Cav Omega Crystals for Uncollected Plus. Milestone rewards. Tier 2 Alpha, Tier 5 Basic. These are always going to benefit the least, the minimum progression title to qualify. So a lot of these rewards, like even the Tier 6 Basic and Tier 3 Alpha, I get those from the Glory Store, from Battleground Store. I just can't imagine. By the way, Blackbeard said, Mama, if you ever want to shut up someone who tells you you're too old to play this game direct, then Gaming Grandpa, who's a war vet, plays Call of Duty.
Alrighty then.
I don't know if she's going to necessarily want to compare herself to a grandpa who's a war vet in arguments. I would be very intrigued if she did. That would be something worth seeing. I'll say that. But
I will say, watching me play Call of Duty would totally
disgrace our country.
Prove the other person's point that I have no idea what I'm doing.
So Dean says an accurate thing. YouTubers, but not all YouTubers. I would say just like a small percentage of YouTubers. I don't know if I qualify anymore for this conversation in terms of like actual revenue that a channel generates to be able to do this. And then big fat whales are mainly the target. But 6-star shards, 7-star shards. Yeah, I love Tier 2 Primordial Dust, but again, we saw that pretty cheap for Valiant players. What, last week?
Mm-hmm.
And if you're telling me that the 185 points, I think at this point, if you get to 185 points, it shouldn't be a 7-star Omega Crystal. It should be a 7-star Omega Selector.
Well, true.
Like, for that amount of money, you should get to do what we did in the ultra rare 7-star crystal for the legendary event, where you should be able to choose which champ you want. And I think that would be super fun, because then you can make an argument for different champs. Some people might do that. We're going to keep scrolling.
Right.
We're going to keep scrolling. All right. All right, so Paragon Plus. I still say this, though, for those other people. All right, at the bottom of Paragon. So the Paragon gets the Selector. Uncollected and Cavalier and Thronebreaker get the Crystal. I still say everybody should get the Selector. And I think...
Agreed.
Here's my argument. I think that everybody should get the Selector, but Paragon and Valiant players should get 2 Selectors so that you can awaken one of the champions guaranteed. Because if you pick a Quicksilver or you pick an Omega Red, what are you going to do with them unawakened? Like...
Right.
I don't know. Now, you do have 7-star Omega 2 to 3 rank up gems, and you do have 1 7-star Omega Awakening gem, but that Awakening gem takes away 19 6 stones that a double Selector would give. So you're saying, well, you get to awaken him. Okay, but I don't know. Now, the question is, because we do have 100 SIG stones, can you max SIG a champion, or are they only at SIG 101? Is that, like, do I get a 7-star Omega Red to a SIG 101? Am I going to use an Omega Red at SIG 101? Probably not.
Probably not.
Is Quicksilver at SIG 101 suddenly going to be used over a 6-star even at all? Like, I just don't know. None of this, personally, from my perspective, is making me excited to do this.
Well, maybe. To each his own.
Would you spend 36,000 units on this?
No. But I don't have 36,000 units.
But even if you did, would you? Would you empty out your units for this event? An honest question.
No, probably not.
Now, Kickrocks, are you saying you would empty out all your units for this? Is this worth it to you? As I scroll down and see my time. Good guy, Kai, yo. I just feel like Kickrocks, you are a true whale, and I respect it. But most people aren't you. 44,000 units. I mean, let's just call it what it is. Even for people who pay in American dollars, that's well over $1,000. But if you're in another country, like I also have to keep in mind in this video, people who aren't in America. And if you're in Canada, where Kabam is, or Australia, or India,
cost you more.
It's going to cost you so many more dollars. Jackson says if you're Valiant, a rank 3 is worth it. If you're Paragon and don't want to do Necropolis, I guess it's worth it, but Necropolis is probably still better. Yeah, that's a huge price to pay to skip those Necropolis rewards or Act 8 rewards. This is a much longer video than I had planned, but we kind of needed to get through it all. I could see this being worth at most 15,000 units. I think 15,000 units is what I would have said is a fair price. $500, give or take. But 36,000 units, it's a no for me, dog. Also, Bing Dong's here. If you're watching live, stay tuned. If not, thanks for watching.
Good night.
Blackbeard says, Prof, I have tomorrow off. And work focus on beating Superior King. Get to Paragon. Well, that's super smart. So you can get better offers.
Dongers.
Congrats on that, Blackbeard.
My drink is almost gone.
Oh, what are you drinking?
Pinnacle whipped vodka and some can of something or other that I had in the refrigerator. When do the spring cleaning offers come out?
Tomorrow at 1 o'clock Central Standard Time.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Mm-hmm. I want to get excited about that event. I do feel like they should have waited until after spring cleaning to talk about this. I don't know. It's weird that they're talking about almost 2 whale holidays at once. Also, we have almost 40 people in the chat, but only 16 likes. Woo!
That is unacceptable.
Not ideal. All right. Mama?
Yes.
Earth25, did you send me the leaks of tomorrow? Or anything else? Are there any leaks for tomorrow? Or was this what you all sent me? There are no leaks for tomorrow's offers. I'm confused based off of what was said.
I'm so confused.
Yeah, not a shocker. I just can't believe that. It's such a high price tag. But this is from the same people who price a 7-star OG Vision at like 15 or 20,000 units, right?
Right.
So I guess it shouldn't be that surprising. Just kind of surprising. God, Kickrocks, I want to be excited like you. Kickrocks, how many units do you already have saved up? Or how much are you going to have to load to make that happen? How many units? All right, Mama.
Ready?
Let's get ready. Let's see what people are saying in the chat. Blackbeard says, Prof, Marvel Insider is giving away a Spider-Man action figure. I didn't even know Marvel Insider still existed. What about that? What's up, the Jiggly? Okay, Earth25, did you send me that leak? Oh. Alright, so Blackbeard sent over this Calling all Spider-Man fans, you can add this Marvel figurine to your squad with Marvel Insider. Marvel Insider has 2 heroic figurines to give away. Redeem 5,000 points today to enter. 5,000 points to enter?
Is that a lot?
Yeah. At least I think it used to be. So Kick Rocks, you're going to buy all the deals tomorrow. So yeah, you should probably about double the 18k units, I'm guessing. Huh. Interesting. That is the best way for them to drain your units.
For sure.
Okay. This is a lot to take in. Can we say that?
There's a lot going on right now.
Yeah.
And I can't even get back in the game.
Oh. Why can't you get back in the game?
Because Kabam won't let me back in.
Oh. All right. Well, let's talk about what we know to be true. What we actually know. Greetings, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. Shout out the dean of the channel and Blackbeard for getting on the wall and starting off this video with the shout outs. Mama, we have like a new completely way of looking at spring cleaning this year because we already know from the Omega Days discussion that Kabam wants everybody to buy up all the offers and then spend those units that they got the offers, because they're going to be spending poolies for this on that Omega event. Do you feel like you're going to at least try to get to some of those milestones?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know if I'll get to all of them, but, you know, yeah, I will do some.
Well, we know what's been leaked / promoted by Kabam for free. For those of you Cavalier and under, and yes, Cavalier is the new uncollected. That is my sad takeaway from this image, because it used to be uncollected and below, and uncollected still is the minimum cutoff for the Omega Days. But Cavalier is now bunched in. So you Cav players, you got to become Thronebreaker ASAP. I know it's easy for some hot amount. I was going to say hot air. Some random guy in Oklahoma full of hot air to say, oh, just become Cavalier, it's easy. And I realize it's not easy. But Kabam wants to leave you in the ash heap of history.
Yeah.
They're not going to give you any more for your progression rewards than they're going to give a conqueror player or a contender. But with regards to starting with the better discussion, and as a reminder, I think 900,000 is the magic number. 900,000 poolies. And the big one is those solo events. 420,000, almost half of that 900,000 number is from solo events. Also, shout out Kevin Martin. My students say hello. And also, they're excited to read about your experience calling in. So, the Paragon and Thronebreaker lumped in has caused some drama. I know there are some Paragon players that are like, I just left Thronebreaker to become Paragon, and now we have the same offers. What the heck? Kabam is saying, yeah, Thronebreakers, we also kind of don't care about you anymore. And Paragon players, we're going to make you so ticked off that we're going to force you to want to become Valiant and wail out. Because I have no doubt that one of the things about this video being a wish list is giving, like, let's assume that this is only possible for Paragon players who have one rank 3 7-star already. You're missing another one. I think that Paragon players, if Kabam is smart, and I'm not saying they are, but if they are smart, the max offer for spring cleaning week should be the ability to take a second 7-star to rank 3, probably in the form of a crystal. Now, I would keep that price tag in that formula. Paragon players get a crystal. Valiant players get a generic rank up gem. What do you think about that, Mama?
I'm all for that. I'll take it.
Now, at minimum, speaking of Valiant players, you should want to purchase a third Tier 4 Alpha unless you already have one, and I do not. Or 25, I got you. We're on to something else. B-Beck, absolutely not. My 6-star Ascended SIG 200 Titania is great. Photon is great. Titania, my 6-star, is not ranked up. So, no regrets. Zero.
No regrets.
No regrets. Zero. In fact, Photon, even though 90+% of people voted and said she should be my next rank up, I'm not so sure I'm going to do that before Deathless Guillotine because I just love Deathless Guillotine that much. Even though I get Photon for Battlegrounds, it is a dual threat for both offense and defense, and Guillotine's not. I still might do it. Okay, so my hope, Mama, is that Valiant players get an opportunity to form at least one Tier 4 Alpha for cash, but really I'd like to see an additional 3 separate. But no matter what, a rank 2 to rank 3 generic rank up gem is my goal. If you want me to spend $500 plus, I need that. I gotta have it. Hey, Rob. What do you need, Mama? Because I know both our budgets are a couple $100 at least. What do you want to see for, let's say, $200? What do you think you should get out of that?
At least one Tier 4.
Okay, I agree. And then
for $200. I mean, I have 0 Tier 4 right now because I just, became Valiant.
Yeah.
But I would like to see at least one.
I would too. And I would also like to see, if we're going to get a free rank 1 to rank 2 7-star rank up gem, I would like to see, for a decently small price for Valiant players, that offered in addition to maybe some 7-star 6 stones. The problem is, y'all, a 7-star Awakening Gem Crystal does nothing to me. I would not chase that. Unless you throw that in with the rank 2 to rank 3 rank up gem, I would not chase that individually because it's too random. And so many 7-star champs at this point need to be SIG 200, and 7-star 6 stones are also impossible. So I really think this is the event for the first time ever that Valiant players especially, but also Paragon, need to see a couple of these. When I say Paragon, I'm having to lump in Thronebreaker now. We need to see some 7-star 6 stones. And I'm not talking about 7-star 6 stone crystals, because those also don't do anything to me. Hey, Akuma. Now, Kevin Martin, how much money would you budget to make that happen? Because he's saying he hopes to awaken in rank 2 his Falcon tomorrow.
Okay, well, I wish him good luck on that, because that would be awesome.
The rank 2 part's easy. You can do that for free. The awakening, I do think that Kabam, I expect them for Valiant players, but maybe even Paragon and Thronebreaker too, to have that 7-star selector for the OG pool available again. That is the new equivalent of the 6-star champion selector for years, which also reminds me that the next progression in the 6-star selector would be the 2023 crystal. And Mama, would you be interested in spending some money on that if you could guarantee yourself any 6-star that was released from the 2023 calendar year?
Yeah, 2023.
Yeah, our last. Okay.
Maybe. I'm not really focused on 6 stars right now, though, to be honest.
Yeah, and I don't assume that. And that's also why I want to see some cheap Ascension dust. I'm a sucker for ascending 6 stars, and there's still at least 5 to 10 that I really want to ascend. I want every one of my 6 stars in my Battlegrounds deck to be ascended by the end of the year. That's like a weird random goal I have. I guess it's not really that weird. Just that's what I want. So 6-star rank up gems do nothing for me at this point. Don't care about them. Tier 6 class catalysts, I get plenty of those. I'll take them, but they're not going to make me spend cash. It's going to be the items we haven't seen. The 7-star 6 stones, the 7-star awakening gems, and especially a generic rank 2 to rank 3 rank up gem that then I can take both Photon and Deathless Guillotine to rank 3 and not have to choose. That's my ultimate goal. Is it realistic? Who knows? But this is a wish list video. So this is what I hope happens for spring cleaning. And those of you that aren't Paragon or Thronebreakers and you're wanting me to talk more about yours, my best advice is if you get the offers and get units, spend the units to get revives to push the progression. That's what you should spend your units on, pushing your progression. Would you agree, Mama?
Yep.
And you know, some cheap 7-star shards are never bad, but there's no guarantee that you can get them. Well, y'all, I know this is a weird way to end a video, but I've got to make some phone calls and get ready to pick my brother up from the airport. So I'm going to end it here. We will know soon. I'm going to post this Friday morning. We will know soon if my wish list was better, worse, or about the same than I hope. Good night to everybody, and thanks for hanging out. It was a lot of fun.
Good.